In today's mini lecture, we are going to address the layout and of the periodic table. So let's go through and make sure first that we understand how the elements are on the periodic table. So they go from left to right, and this is going to be hydrogen, and it's number 1. The top number here is its atomic number. So its atomic number, as we already said, is the number of protons, and that determines the element. So 1, 2, and then it wraps back around. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it wraps back around. 11. I did not place all the elements on the periodic table, but I do want to go through and talk about the layout of it. First of all, let's look at what is called a period. So periods on a periodic table are going to go horizontally across the periodic table. So if I look at this, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our modern periodic table has 7 periods, 1 through 7. They also have families, which is columns that go up and down. Now I'm going to call this by its name. This is the alkali metal. These are the alkali earth metals. The group that is in here, and I didn't draw them all out, but there's a series of 10 across through here. These are called the transition elements. Then as we come over here, this is called the light metal, and it's going to be your boron and aluminum. This is the carbon, this is the nitrogen, this is the oxygen. Then the last two, we call them the halogens and the noble gases. So that's going to be the way that we do the periods, and that's going to be the way that we do the families or the columns. So the reason we call them families is elements that are found in the same family share same characteristics. Maybe not exact characteristics, but a lot of the same characteristics. So if I was to ask you, hey, what element is an alkali earth metal in period 2? And you could say alkali earth metal has to be in here. Period 2, come across, and it's just like a little X and Y axis. It'll point you to beryllium. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is, excuse me, the numbers that are on them. If you look across the top, it'll go 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or it'll have Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, Roman numeral 4. So you have two different ways of doing it. So if you're talking usually about a group number, that's the Arabic number. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you're talking about a family number, it's the Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3. So just making sure that everybody has just a basic outline or knowledge of how the periodic table is laid out. The next thing I want to do is I want to look over here, and if I go start with each, and we've got a red stepping stone, and in your periodic table, in your resource packet, it's not a red stepping stone, it's a dark black stepping stone. What that does is that divides the periodic table into the left side, which are going to be the metals, and the right side, which are the non-metals. So you have metals and you have non-metals. So anything that's over on this side, going back this way, are considered metals, non-metals. So you can definitely see a lot less non-metals, a lot more metals on the periodic table. So the ones that have the dot here, I'm just going to put like a little dot right here. That is going to be called a metalloid. And a metalloid is nothing more than it's an element that's not for sure if it wants to be a metal or a non-metal, so it carries some of the characteristics of both. So I wanted to go through and just give you a very quick outline of how the periodic table is laid out, what the different families and groups, what the different numbers mean as far as the periods across, and the metalloids and the metals. I hope that now we can go through and we can complete the practice set on do you understand the arrangement of the periodic